Well, good Saturday morning to you. I'm 13 meteorologist Lindsay Monroe, and we are still going through the course of the day today with a winter storm warning in effect for the Indianapolis Metro North. Winter weather advisories posted for our southernmost counties south of the I-70 corridor. Already and so far today, we have seen some heavier bands of snow set up with the leading edge of this incoming storm system and even treated roads. This is up the I-69 corridor in the Pendleton area. As light snow falls, it's already starting to stick to the sides of roadways. First and foremost, things like bridges, overpasses, the on and off ramps to our interstates, as well as side streets, perhaps sidewalks that have not been treated. Your driveway as well as parking lots potentially going to be first impacted by this snow that's moving through. Now, we are giving you this update during the 10 o'clock hour. Meteorologist Rob Ellis will be in keeping you updated as we get into the more intense part of this storm throughout the course of the afternoon and evening, but we'll keep you updated through then. Here's what's going on so far today. We have this pocket of dry air around the Indianapolis metro and surrounding counties. As you see, snow has basically developed all along the city. Eventually, moisture will overcome this dry air close to the surface, and we will see some snow. That's likely, though, going to happen as we get into the afternoon. So far today, though, we've already seen some of those heavier bands set up, and right now, again, as of the 10 o'clock hour, we are seeing some heavier snowfall between Kokomo down into Alexandria. This now extends into Delaware County and now starting to encompass Henry County over in Newcastle. So this is just getting started. It's going to be a pretty complex system as it continues to move through Indiana during the course of the day today, and snow becomes more likely around the city. Here's the updated snowfall potential. And from yesterday, when meteorologist Rob Ellis and Sean Ash, they were putting this forecast together, I really haven't changed much. The only thing I really updated was shifting this 2 to 4 inch zone a little farther to the north. We still believe the heaviest snowfall here within the Indianapolis viewing area, which is throughout central Indiana, Lafayette, Kokomo, Marion, likely seeing the highest snowfall potential today. This is again going to happen this afternoon through this evening. 4 to 7 inches, might see some isolated higher snowfall numbers within that. 2 to 4 inches within the Muncie to Indianapolis, Greencastle zone, and then south of I-70. We think there's going to be a pretty quick cutoff because of the rain and that slightly warmer air mixing into area south. Now, with that being said, I do think there will be some snow between Bloomington and Shelbyville, a quick 1 to 2 inches, likely going to happen later today when we get some of those heavier bands to set up this evening. Now, with that all being said, these snowfall numbers likely what we're going to end up with when the snow wraps up around midnight tonight. These numbers versus what we're going to wake up to on the ground Sunday morning likely to be pretty different. That's because we're going to see the warm sector of this weather system move in again after midnight. That will change our precip type over to rain for most of the area. So we're going to see some melting, some compacting of the snow. So these numbers likely will not stand very long. I think we'll see some pretty drastic changes between late tonight when the snow wraps and then when we wake up Sunday morning. Of course, we're still watching the far northern tier of the state for the highest snowfall numbers out of this whole system. As far as how this is going to play out, we've been watching the bigger picture with that area of low pressure working its way eastward. We've been on the cold side of the system so far, so it's been mainly snow. Where this warm front is currently set up, the warm side of this weather system, we've got all rain throughout most of Missouri at this point. It's that warm front that moves in close to midnight for us that changes all of this moisture over to mainly the rain form. And then a lot of that moisture is going to wrap up at that point in general before that colder air wraps around the system comes Sunday. So from start to finish, here's what we're tracking for your Saturday with this weather impact alert day. This heavy snow really ramping up after 2 o'clock this afternoon. Again, for the Indy Metro especially, going to continue through about 10 o'clock this evening. And then overnight, what's left behind, some freezing drizzle, perhaps some areas of rain as well. Highest snowfall potentials I just showed you northwest of the city, across the northern part of the state. Lower snowfall total areas south where that rain mixes in. For everybody, though, we want you to be prepared today. There will be periods, especially, again, that 2 to 10 time frame where we do see travel becoming quite difficult, whiteout conditions possible. We're quickly going to see some of that snowfall add up, because while we do know that snowplow crews will be out working 12-hour shifts doing their best to make sure the roads stay as clear as possible, there will be at times snowfall rates that fall so heavily that it's going to be difficult to keep up with that. Then, of course, once the snow wraps up, we get that brief warming trend. By the time we get into Sunday morning, colder air returns. We could see a quick flash freeze and some black ice developing Sunday morning. So allow some extra travel time and be prepared. Some of us are going to have to be doing some shoveling with this system. Let's walk you through the latest timeline. This takes us between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon, as it does look like some of that moisture is going to start to overcome that dry air around the Indianapolis metro. Our temperature is going to be very close to that freezing mark. So exactly where this mixing line sets up, it's going to play a role in who sees snow that will continue to accumulate north versus who sees mainly rain mixing in, cutting down on some of those snowfall totals. Now, this is where I mentioned 8 o'clock this evening, we will see some heavy bands of snow setting up, and we typically do see the heaviest snowfall rates kind of right on the freezing line. So as temperatures briefly drop back toward the freezing mark, Bloomington to Columbus, Shelbyville, this is when I think we could see that quick 1 to 2 inches for our southernmost counties. Then we fast forward a little farther into the overnight. Now we're to midnight. This is when that warm front moves in. Temperatures will then start to climb back above freezing as precip kind of starts to wrap up in general. And then by 2 o'clock in the morning, these are when I think we'll see the warmest temperatures in this 48-hour period from Saturday into Sunday. We will briefly warm back some spots, even close to near 40, but then watch what's going to happen after 2 a.m. We're going to put you into the future by about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. This is when that colder air once again arrives. So that's going to drop temperatures nearly 10 degrees from 2 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. And this is when that refreezing and that flash freeze situation is going to become possible. Could get some black ice, cause some tricky travel because of some leftover moisture on the surface. So we'll want to take it easy again on Sunday, even though a bulk of the moisture is going to have wrapped up already at that point. And then throughout the course of the day on Sunday, our temperatures likely going to hold steady in the upper 20s. So your high for Sunday, 37, likely going to happen about 2 o'clock in the morning as we again sit in the core of that warmer air with this low pressure system. Temperatures will then drop back to about 27 by 10 a.m. and then hold steady in the upper 20s. If you're coming downtown for the Colts taking on the Texans for that 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow afternoon, I think really the whole time we're going to be under overcast skies and temperatures that will likely hold steady there in the upper 20s. Monday looks pretty good as we get into the start of this week. 5 p.m. Monday, we are going to watch a quick clipper system. This is going to bring some scattered snow back into the area during the overnight into early Tuesday morning. This is at 5 a.m. That's going to wrap up with the exception of perhaps a few stray flurries Tuesday afternoon. Not going to be a major impactful system, but I think we could once again see a quick 1 to 2 inches of snowfall late Monday night into Tuesday morning. So we'll watch that system for you. Other than that, the week does look relatively quieter after that. So we are looking at mainly dry conditions. Temperatures that'll likely stay below average with highs only in the 30s through the end of the week. But again, something we'll watch out for you. In the meantime, today we still have that weather impact alert day, and we will continue to keep you posted on WTHR Plus as well as WTHR.com through the course of that event.